that we've just taken the time to list. Oh, my board needs to be washed. What can we do about our own stereotypes and implicit bias?
Attend workshops.
Attend workshops.
Do research.
Research.
Have honest conversations with people. Honest, like, humble conversations.
Honest and humble conversations.
Some people don't want to talk about it though.
Yep, so we don't force it.
So, you know, in a safe space.
Yep, in a safe space. Yeah, so
Momentum center.
safety is always most important, right?
Ask pronouns.
Ask pronouns.
How about continue to question our own belief systems?
Continue to question our own belief systems.
Invite people to parties and gatherings.
Invite people. Like socialize with people. It's all relational, right?
Don't discriminate.
Don't discriminate.
Ouch.
Attend pride events.
Attend pride events.
Or go to a Gay Straight Alliance.
So, yeah, and any of the other activities, resources, I mean, you can volunteer and donate to the organizations that are supporting this stuff. Well, that gets to my next question, though. This is our implicit stereotypes and biases, the stuff we're carrying with us. Other ways we can...
Buy gender neutral colors if you're going to baby showers. Not
Yeah.
so one-sided. Green and yellow are awesome.
Gender neutral
I like orange.
gifts.
How about ask questions?
Yeah. Ask questions.
Set boundaries.
Set boundaries.
Boundaries and guidelines. You know, they're there. What have you heard?
Stop being so critical and try being more accepting.
Stop criticizing.
Challenge the establishment.
Be accepting.
Physically.
Okay, but again, what are we doing about our own stuff? So we do want to challenge all of this. But pretty much, you know, I mean, even our speakers talk about the stuff they were raised with, right? I mean, this we're all better informed and enlightened than we probably were 10 years ago or a year ago, but how do we become even more aware of our own stuff?
I think the main thing is knowing what, you know, if we do have a bias or stereotype or something, like observing it, accepting that in ourselves. Because if we don't know and accept, if it's like something like I was like avoiding my own lesbianism, you know what I mean? It kept coming around back to me. It's like if we keep avoiding things, they're gonna keep showing up.
Yeah, I think naming it, right? Observing it and naming it in ourselves is what allows us then to look at it and decide, do I want to keep that, where did it come from? Is it something I want to keep carrying with me, or is it something I need to let go of? Name it, define it, and choose to carry or work to overcome.
I think surrounding ourselves with people who are accepting.
Yeah, surround self with accepting people.
Think about what you're saying before you say it, especially with people who aren't gay or
Yep, think before you talk. Think before speak.
That kind of goes along, what I'm gonna say is goes along with the think before you speak and the criticize, it's like, let's go one step deeper and say, increase our awareness of when we're judging, doesn't matter what. There are so many things in our culture that are just accepted as fact when they are a judgment. And do we have the right to make that judgment, whether it's about LGBTQ, black people, even silly things like colors or whatever, like when you have the thought, then assess, is that a valid statement or is that a judgment? And do I have the right to make that judgment? So then when you just do that process, you can catch yourself with things like this and other implicit bias. It's a bias because it's a judgment that's not justified in reality. We don't have the information to make that judgment. And just because the culture says it's bad doesn't mean it's bad.
Right. Yeah, I like that. But just, I mean, we all make judgments. We have to. We wouldn't
All
get
the
through a
time.
day, right? If we accepted everything without any kind of judgment, but then to question the judgments we're making, and
Like,
is it
hold the
appropriate?
judgments like this,
Yeah,
not like this.
yeah. So we can observe them, right?
Yes.
Unpack them, and I think that's part of that, finding a safe place to talk about what you are carrying, right? Finding places to unpack it. What do we carry with us that we really don't want to carry with us anymore?
But as far as your own goes, it'd be to quit listening to the uninformed and become informed yourself.
Yeah, quit listening to the uninformed and become informed.
I think that all plays in with discernment too, rather than using judgment or words, using discernment.
Yeah, discernment.
Good word.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's catching judgment.
Yeah.
and
Um,
discerning.
So I don't go to Hobby Lobby or Chick-fil-A, so I won't, like, I won't go to businesses or corporations that I know are openly against LGBTQ community.
So let's transition to the next one. Says again, unless anyone has anything else to add about just our own stuff,
I think it's a question. If something is said, if something is said that's mean or demeaning, or if there's a bad joke, how to respond to that.
Walk away.
Beat 'em up.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
wrap that up, but.
And what I would say around internal stuff is to think through what our response will be, right? Because it won't be the same for all of us, and it won't be the same for me in different situations. But to have that kind of self-awareness of how will I respond, thinking through what will be my response. And that can get back to the safety issue. I mean, knowing that, if I divulge something now, I'm going to get beaten up, is probably not a real good idea to divulge it right now, right?
Don't mock, imitate, or tease people, trying to pretend like you're, because I think it's kind of insulting to try and pretend to act gay or pretend to be something that's not really who you are.
Yeah, so be true to who you are. Be true to yourself, and what was I thinking? I was thinking something in that.
Don't make a joke out of the.
Right. I'm still trying to get to the internal stuff, though. Yeah.
I think it's kind of like, and this is, Rhonda said this, it's like white privilege. It's so ingrained in us that we have to consciously make an effort to change how we feel and react. It's not, I think that
Yes.
it's about the feelings as much as the actions.
Yeah, conscious effort.
Yeah.
So, and I think within that is, it is that admitting the stuff we carry again, right? It's like, finding the place to say, you know, I really don't want to feel this way, but when this comes up, I automatically kind of go there. And maybe you can help me not go there. So, yeah, admitting our bias so that we can, well, that goes back to naming it. All right, so that being the case, we're going to go to the next question, and I'll just change markers. Now I'm out of room. We need to get more boards. Is what can we do alone and together to create a more diverse and inclusive community? So I know we heard like don't support businesses that aren't inclusive. Okay, time for one too. What else can we do? Oh, and you said don't join in the joke. Don't make it a joke.
Volunteer and donate to businesses that are.
Volunteer and donate to LGBTQ organizations. What else?
This isn't an option to everybody, but if you're able to, be out and be an example and a role model so that other people, you know, can get to know you or feel that they can, you know, be out with themselves. Openly.
Be out and be a role model within safety.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Speak out when you see something.
Speak out. Yeah, when you see it, when you hear it, be willing to hold the sign, even though you might be on the front page of the paper. And then realize you know it's where you want to be. What else? What can we do?
Hold space for each other.
What?
Hold space for each other.
Hold space for each other.
See somebody struggling, hold space for them.
Yeah,
Barbara, I think you're running in the room.
I am. That's why I'm writing in between.
Take time to answer questions when asked.
Answer questions when asked.
But don't force a person to, if they don't wanna answer you.
Right.
Don't be invasive.
Yeah, just be authentic and honest and authentic, right? How about vote for people who,
Get out and vote.
yeah, vote! And participate in the census.
I don't know.
What else?
Ask your leaders where they stand.
Ask your leaders where they stand on this.
Call your senators.
Yeah, engage your senators and your other elected officials on the question.